I became so sick to my stomach watching this movie. Like, just remembering this movie is making me nauseated. So please, you start. What are your initial thoughts?
Lights, camera, and action. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Remember those childhood movies you loved? We're going to watch them again and find out if they're still as amazing as you remember. Let's get ready to join Anna and Jimmy as they go back and watch those movies you remember being oh so awesomely good. Horror movies that scared. Comedy movies that dared. Damn! And action movies so preposterously ludicrous that they defied the laws of common sense. Now, here's your hosts, Anna Santos and Jimmy Coates.
All right. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. We are on our way to Christmas, and we are going to preview Last Holiday, starring Queen Latifah, LL Cool J, Gerard Depardieu, some other people are in there. I'm not looking forward to seeing this movie. To be fair,
I love it.
Okay, yeah, I've never seen this movie. Never seen it. And we pick three movies. We've said this before. We get three movies. We each pick one. If we pick the same one, we watch it. If we pick different ones, we watch the one that no one picked. And to be fair to Last Holiday, I didn't want to watch any of the three movies. I think it was The Girlfriends of the Past or with Matthew McConaughey.
Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. Yeah.
Yeah. And another holiday one with Jack Black and Cameron Diaz and that British guy.
The Holiday.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't want to see that one either.
I specifically did not choose The Holiday because I watch that one every year. It's been a few years since I watched Last Holiday. And I have this weird hate for Ghosts of Girlfriends Past.
Yeah.
I really don't like that movie at all. And every time I catch it on television, I find myself getting irrationally angry about it. Because I know it's supposed to be like a play on A Christmas Carol. And, you know, this Lothario gigolo guy is looking back at his past and every bad choice he's made and the one that got away. And it makes me angry because I'm like, you know what? A little bit of therapy and maybe some self-reflection, you wouldn't need to have the Ghosts of Girlfriends Past visiting you. You wouldn't have to relive all this shit. But anyways, also Matthew McConaughey, I take it or like the small bits. I can take him in small bits. I love
Matthew McConaughey. Not his rom-com. Well, to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of his rom-coms. I've probably seen a few though, but I haven't seen any three of those movies. So nothing against Queen Latifah, nothing against LL Cool J. We've done a lot of LL Cool J. Halloween,
Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, because he never gets killed in his movies.
No, he doesn't.
And I'm sure he's not going to get killed in The Last Holiday.
No, he's not.
All right, so let's take a look at the box office. The Last Holiday came out on January 13th, 2006. We have a problem with Reindeer Games that came out in February or January. I think it was January too. Why are these holiday movies coming out after Christmas?
I think I can answer this because this really is the holidays. Because I think it starts just after Thanksgiving, but it covers Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
So
it just seemed like they missed a whole opportunity.
No,
here.
they should have released it before Christmas, 100%.
Now it has, for 2006, a whopping $45 million budget. That's
a lot of money.
It opened in 2,514 theaters and was the number 2 movie with 12.8 million. It closed out domestic with 23, international 8. It didn't do too well in the theaters, but I know this is a a very, I don't want to call it a cult classic. Very
It's turned into a holiday standard 100%.
yeah,
It is
that's what
on
yeah.
television on multiple channels every single year, multiple times. Like, it is on streaming services and it does well on there. So, I mean, it's holding a place in the
I
holiday
hope
lineup.
I hope it's on streaming services. I don't want to pay for this.
I didn't even check.
Neither have I. All right. Again, I like Queen Latifah and I like LL Cool J and I like Gerard Depardieu, and I'm sure whoever else is in it. All right.
Gerard Depardieu is a little bit problematic, FYI. But if you're gonna have
Oh yeah, he's having a little trouble over there in France, isn't he?
he's been in trouble for a few years now. However,
Gerard Depardieu.
if you're gonna have a temperamental Frenchman who's also just a little bit creepy, Gerard Depardieu is your guy.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But it's a great cast overall. Like,
I
an
remember
incredible
back in the day, probably around this time or just before that, and they were like, "Well, Gerard Depardieu, he's a sex symbol in France." I was like, "What? I'm
Yeah,
moving to
no.
France." If you think that's hot, watch out, ladies.
I can tell you exactly why he was a sex symbol, and it had nothing to do with his looks. It had
Oh.
everything to do with the roles he was given.
Oh, I thought it was like he had a
The
big giant
roles he
schlong.
played were sexy.
Oh, okay.
He is not a sexy man.
See, I've never seen any, and I don't want to see any of his sexy movies. I remember like the Three Musketeers and stuff like that, and he did one called Green Card. He did a movie where he was a dad and he was with his daughter, and for some reason his daughter said that her dad was actually her lover. So everyone thought that it became this whole comedy weird because why are people acting this way? And I don't know what the name of it is.
Yeah.
I remember it kind of being funny.
My God. Who was the actress who played his daughter? Because she was a younger actress, but then she also kept acting as she got older. And I want to say Lily Sobieski, but I don't know if that was right.
Well,
I will
it
figure
was
that
the
out. But
90s.
anyways, let's figure
Well,
this out.
now it is bugging the shit out of me. Give me 1 second. I got it right here. Dun, 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 Gerard Depardieu. Yeah, because he was kind of big here for a little bit.
Yeah.
My Father the
He
Hero.
had a moment. Oh, My Father the Hero?
My Father the Hero. A teenage girl on vacation in the Bahamas with her divorced father tries to impress a potential boyfriend by saying that her father is actually her lover. Katherine Hagel, whatever her name was.
Katherine Heigl. Yep.
Oh, I remember that. I had a crush on her.
I thought it was always Heigl.
Hagel. Ugh. Heigl. Who cares?
Whoa!
What have you done for me lately, Heigl?
Quite the reaction.
Actually, her movies aren't bad either. No, actually,
No, she's a very good actress.
I don't know her. She was in
27
that
Dresses.
Knocked Up. That's not helping her
Knocked
case.
Up was pretty good.
27
Here's the thing. 27 Dresses was amazing, okay? For the most part. Some of it was not, but
let's agree to disagree. To be honest, I don't remember that movie. I do remember her Knocked Up. And I know she's been in tons. And I know I've seen a bunch of her movies. Yeah, but it's her and My Father the Hero. Did not get a really good review here.
No, because I don't know if it's just because it was like super creepy.
It seems like now it might not play as it might not be as funny as it was then. I would probably still find it funny, but
of course you would,
because seen it. No, not. Yeah.
No. I don't remember finding it that funny at all. But I remember just being very confused about why this girl. I was like, why? Why would you say your father is your lover? How is that supposed to impress anybody?
Now I kind of want to see it, just see what kind of mess it is.
We'll put it on the list.
All right, let's go. Let's settle the tape. Last Holiday, 2006 comedy, PG-13. Oh, awesome. A movie I don't want to see at an hour and 52 minutes. It's like 2 hours long.
I love it. I love it.
I hope it's good. Taglines. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
I understand that tagline. I don't like
But
it.
if you don't know, because putting this shit together, I got that she's terminally ill. But if you didn't know that, that tagline is kind of
It's too generic.
yeah.
Like it doesn't.
Oops. Yes, it is too generic.
Yeah.
She always thought she was somebody, and she was.
Oh God, that sounds like
This
one
movie
of those
sounds so
self-help
sappy.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Synopsis. Discovery that she has a terminal illness prompts introverted saleswoman Georgia Bird, Queen Latifah, to reflect on what she realizes has been an overly cautious life. So Georgia withdraws her life savings and jets off to Europe, where she lives like a millionaire. That would be cool. Upbeat and passionate, Georgia charms everybody she meets, including renowned chef
DDA.
Didier
DDA.
Gerard Depardieu. I was that other movie. I'm like Chef Diddler. Gerard Depardieu. The only one missing from her new life is her longtime crush, Sean Matthews, LL Cool J. Oh, just so sweet. I know what this movie's going to be like.
It's a little schmaltzy. It's a little schmaltzy.
Here comes the poster. So for those that are listening, it says Last Holiday. It has on the left her, I guess, where she's the introvert, just in her usual clothes and coat. And then on the right is her letting loose in this fabulous red dress, and it's kind of flinging up behind her. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad poster.
It's not a good one either.
No, it's not a good one. Okay, I was trying to be nice.
No, it's not a bad one, but it's not a good one either.
All right. Now let's go to Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. First, let's start with Rotten Tomatoes. 123 critic reviews have it at 55%. 250,000 audience has it 67. So they like it a little more than the critics. Yeah. And I reminded everybody that it doesn't mean that the movie's 55% out of 100. It just means 55% of the critic liked it. That doesn't mean they gave it 100%. They could have gave it. They just thought it was good. And 45% did not like it. But it looks like the audience liked it a little more than the critics. Now, the critic consensus is, although Queen Latifah's bountiful, life-affirming spirit permeates the film. Thank you. Permeates the film. Director Wayne Wang. When I was doing this, you know how many times I said that out loud? My family looked at me like I was a walking, talking moron.
I kind of see why they would look at you like that.
Just every now and again, Wang Wang is unable to revive this remake with any real flair. Yes, it is a remake of a 1950s movie that I believe holds 100% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now I want to see the OG.
Last Holiday is a 1950 Beatrice Campbell and Alec Guinness, and it holds 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and 77 audience score.
I like Alec Guinness.
Yeah, so do I actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got Queen Latifah. So let's start with the positive reviews. And you may start.
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I forgot. But yeah, okay. Go ahead.
One of the most likable performers in the business, Queen Latifah finally gets a vehicle that gives her formidable talents and expansive spirit plenty of blooming room. Michael Rechtschaffen, Hollywood Reporter.
This is Queen Latifah's performance I've been waiting for ever since she broke into the movies. Richard Roper, Ebert and Roper.
Last Holiday plays like a hug. When a movie can do that, a strange transformation takes place. Roger Ebert's Chicago Sun-Times original score 3 out of 4. Stop shaking your head.
Plays like a hug. Ah! Jesus, Roger Ebert. Move over, Julia Roberts. There's a new queen in town. Kevin Carr, 7 mil pictures.
Sure.
7M pictures. Sure.
Mm-hmm. It's far from a 5 hanky sniffle fest, even for softies. But thanks to Latifah's talent, you'll say, "Aw, that was sweet," when the credits roll. Kathy Cano Murillo, Arizona Republic.
My teeth are starting to fucking hurt. The sweetness that is coming in for this movie. I hate it.
You're
right.
such a Grinch.
Oh, yeah, I am. Rotten Tomatoes. I shall start. If you really want to live life to the fullest, step 1 is to avoid wasting an hour and a half of your life in a theater showing last holiday. Luke Y. Thompson, New Times. Not New York Times, New Times.
New Times. Everything that sounds wrong about this project is Josh Larson, Sun Publications.
It sounds like people that liked it really liked it, and people that didn't like it really did not. Latifah is a charming and sassy as always. Someday, she'll find a script that can match her magnificent personality. Sean P. Means, Salt Lake Tribune. Original score, 1.5 out of 4.
Harsh. Though the movie isn't The Holiday from Hell, it's not one you should be anxious to go off on. Frank Switek, One Guy's Opinion, original score C.
See, well, C's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
If you had 3 weeks left to live, I wouldn't recommend you spend your precious time watching this. Cameron Courtney, Christianity Today. That's not very Christian-like. Original score, 2 out of 4.
Jesus is watching. Careful what you say. Is
I
Wayne...
wanted to say that.
No. Is Wayne Wang going to keep remaking Made in Manhattan until he gets it right? We'll keep trying, Wayne Wang.
Oh, I have 2 of them.
Slow tech jam movies.
IMDb. 35. This had very low IMDb's, so I was surprised because Rotten Tomatoes had so many, unless I put it in wrong. But yeah, 35,000 user rating has it at 6.5. So it's actually 67%. It's very close to the people that liked it. So, all right, you can start because I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. A life lesson, a blessing. 10 out of 10, Dana Hughes.
Oh, fuck off. A blessing. I can't explain it. 10 out of 10. Crystal Coast Artworks. I can't explain it. I read this review. She really cannot explain it. It's 2 paragraphs of her unable to explain why she loves this movie so much. She gives no explanation by the end of it. None. There you go.
Cute movie that just makes you smile. 9 out of 10, Whitney House.
Our audience applauded at the end. 8 out of 10. Almost Oscar time. I bet they did, you pinecone.
Cute, warm, and fuzzy. 7 out of 10, Robert Duder.
My teeth are hurting. Hokey, manipulative, but I liked it. 6 out of 10. Hamza 21.
Most people think Queen Latifah was the best thing about this movie, but quite frankly, she is the one major flaw. 5 out of 10, electric bass guy. Oh, electric bass guy.
Has anybody out there seen Timothy Hutton's career? 4 out of 10, Elfie Family.
Oh, that's good. Pummels us with its lessons. 3 out of 10, Sam Sees Cinema.
Lame, stupid, and completely predictable. 2 out of 10, Pete 36. And finally,
I'm sorry, but this film stank. 1 out of 10, G. Rudge.
And to be fair to people listening, there was only 2 or 3 2 out of 10s, and there was only 2 1 out of 10s out of all the people. So there was only a couple people that literally hated it. So that could be good.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So before we watch the trailer, what do you because I haven't seen it and I forgot we should have done this earlier, but because I haven't seen it. But what do you remember about this movie, or what do you remember liking about the movie?
Here's what I remember liking about the movie. Queen Latifah, because she is actually very good in this. And it's one of her earlier film roles, and she was kind of branching out. And also, I remember LL Cool J just being so cute. So cute. No, but I remember laughing a lot. And it is very schmaltzy. It is a feel-good movie. It's one of those movies, it really does feel like you're getting wrapped up in a hug. And are there life lessons? Yes. But is there enough like comedic relief and like silly moments to kind of break up the schmaltz? Yeah, 100%. It's a very I found it very entertaining and I enjoyed it. And I watched it almost every year. I've kind of fallen off the holiday movies in the last couple of years where I'm not watching them as religiously as I used to, but yeah, I used to watch this every single year. Love this movie. Of course, now I'm
Yeah,
older
actually,
and
yeah.
more jaded.
Well, yeah, last year when we did the bunch of movies around Christmas, and then the regular movies, that was the most Christmas movies I've watched in a
Yeah.
few years. Yeah.
I used to be a Hallmark movie addict. So like starting November 1st, when would start airing the Hallmark movies, I was watching them all
Ugh.
because the world is a shitty place. So you know what? Let's go where everybody's
And
really nice and they are just like, sure, I'll shovel your driveway. No,
and
you don't have to pay me.
Hallmark's responsible for 30% of that with all their Christmas movies.
No,
My
they're not.
my wife, yeah, was it last night? She's like, "You want to watch a Hallmark movie?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to watch a fucking Hallmark."
Dude,
And she's
although
like,
some of
"Well, we're
them
fucking watching one anyway."
wait, I know there's one that I think you'll really enjoy. It oh god, what was it? It was like it's about decorating the house for Christmas, and all the family comes back, and there's a competition on the street, and they start getting really intense about it, and they find out their parents are gonna be selling the house, and then all the kids are like adult kids losing their shit. It's actually really, really funny, and I was like, "Hallmark, what? This feels super contemporary. Are we not going to a small town for the big city woman to fall in love with the small town guy? What?"
Hallmark did say they were going to alter. Was it Hallmark? I'm pretty sure it was. They were gonna keep making those movies where
Yeah.
the girl goes off and finds Christmas and she's an heiress or she's rich or she runs a hotel or
Mm, those are
but
still
they said
great.
they were going to try some more
Well,
different
it's
movies.
they were gonna diversify. They now have like the movie I was describing with the house decorating, it has a gay couple in it, and there's a lot more like interracial couples, and there's a lot more just diversity in the towns. It's not just a bunch of white people running around at Christmas, which is nice because I'm like, no, true story, other people exist. And I like that. They are also started doing Hanukkah movies. Some of my favorite holiday
Hanukkah
movies
movies.
are Hanukkah movies.
Really?
They are so good. There's one where this woman finds out like she's looking for her birth mother and like she was adopted by like an Italian Catholic, so she's like always celebrated Christmas, and then she finds out her birth mother was Jewish, and then it was like this whole thing. I'm telling you, it was very touching. It's very touching. She started celebrating Hanukkah. It was great.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's watch this preview. All right, let's watch trailer for The Last Holiday. Or Last Holiday, not The Last Holiday, Last Holiday.
Last
And
holiday.
then we will make our predictions.
Mhm.
All right, come on, Queen Latifah. Show me what you got.
Georgia Bird spent her life
Morning, Miss Bird.
Mr. Williams?
dreaming of possibilities.
I suggest you get with the program, Miss Bird. Yeah.
You're just scared of some man getting a hold of that booty of yours.
Until the day
Was wondering sometime if you're free. I'll get it.
fate
This can't be right.
changed everything.
I got 3 weeks to live? I feel great. I just finished a fat flush. Remember you said life was too short to live the way I do? You see, Mr. Damien, excuse, would you mind?
Yeah.
I quit.
I'm sure a disciplined woman such as yourself has a very useful purpose for this money.
I'm just gonna blow it.
Welcome to Grand Hotel Poop.
Y'all really say it like that? Poop, poop, poop.
I know that you will find our presidential suite most comfortable.
Did I just give you a ridiculously large tip?
Yes.
Mine.
Are you all right, Madame Belle?
Yeah. I just love these sheets. I was just taking them for a little ride around the block. Yeah. Make me international.
I haven't seen Georgia around for a couple of days. Have you seen her?
Give my money.
Hello, sister. Who the hell is she?
Mademoiselle Bird,
Battery reach.
Ooh, look at that. Will he have the same specials tomorrow night?
No.
I guess I better try them all tonight then.
Toot?
Oh, no. Toot, baby. Toot sweet.
From Paramount Pictures,
Ooh, I've been waiting my whole life to do something like this.
you're invited
Slow down!
on a holiday
I got a gut feeling about that woman. She's trouble.
fit for a queen.
I'm going base jumping tomorrow, Bob.
Sean, what are you doing here?
Queen Latifah.
Next time, we will laugh more, we'll love more. We just won't be so afraid.
Last holiday.
Wait, I gotta use the bathroom.
Well, it is a Paramount movie, so hopefully it's on Paramount Plus.
Well, we'll find out. But
What are your predictions for the movie?
I still think I'm gonna love it. But watching that trailer reminded me there were some very bad wig choices for Queen Latifah in this movie, and I was like, "Oh shit, right." I didn't remember those, but I think I'm gonna love it. I think I'm absolutely gonna love it, and I think I'm gonna leave feeling warm and fuzzy inside afterwards.
This movie this movie looks like this is before the Hallmark and all that stuff. They all looked at this movie, wrote everything down, and then made hundreds of them.
Yeah, it follows a formula.
I hope I like this movie. From what I've seen, I'll be honest, I'm probably not. Watch me love it. I'll be so mad.
I really hope you at least like it. You don't have to love it, but at least I really hope. Because this was also one of the first movies where there was a larger woman as the lead in a rom-com and not in an ironic way. So this was like almost groundbreaking. Also because LL Cool J was the love interest and he's hot.
Yeah, he looked fine.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I am in a Christmas mood. I just decorated my house today and the tree went up and everything today.
Damn.
So here's hoping.
Not hopeful.
we are gonna go watch Last Holiday, and when we come back, we will review it.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
You heard them. Movie time. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat, and then watch a classic kick-ass movie from whenever the one we're about to watch was made.
So am I. Hi.
I was muted. I was singing.
I know.
The world was denied.
So
Lucky
sad.
bastards.
So sad.
All right. Welcome back to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Have you watched what is described by some critics as a hug, a blessing? A movie so sweet, it made me want to puke?
Yes. Yes, I have watched it.
I became so sick to my stomach watching this movie. Like, just remembering this movie is making me nauseated. So please, you start. What are your initial thoughts?
It is ridiculously sweet and super like schmaltzy and feel good and good people, move ahead and get their blessings, like all of that. So it's the perfect holiday movie. And I would even argue it's the perfect holiday movie to watch before the holidays start. And probably again midway through the holidays.
Oh.
So you remember that not everybody is a dick.
I thought you meant watch it at the beginning just to get out of the way.
No, you watch it in the beginning to put you into the holiday spirit. So like you come out of it always feeling like, oh, that was so nice. That was so great. I just want to be nice to everybody now. And then
coming out of a sugar coma.
Honestly, yeah. And then as the holidays go on, that sugar coma wears off. And then you watch it one more time to just bring you back up to, you not wanting to stab people.
Mm.
What did you think?
Well, this could be ground zero for the onslaught of Hallmark Christmas movies, which I checked is at 300 now.
Of
Not
course.
Hallmark movies, Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't. Do they make other movies other than Christmas movies?
Yes, they do. They
must,
also make
yeah.
mysteries.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God, there's nothing better than a Hallmark mystery.
I
Before
bet.
Candace Cameron Bure had her like, I just want to work for people
She's
who
in that one
only
you're
show.
telling me about.
What?
It's called The Contest.
Oh,
I found it with Candace Cameron Bure from Full House. Is it?
Yeah.
She's the one from Full House, right?
yes, correct.
Yeah.
She played DJ Tanner, and she actually stopped working with Hallmark because apparently she really wanted to work with a channel that really promoted traditional couples, i.e., heterosexual ones.
Oh, I was like, how more traditional can you get than Hallmark?
Right? But apparently
But-
you can't be traditional if you're gay or if you're interracial.
Oh my
She
God,
really
no one
liked
loves
working with
Christmas
white
more than
people.
gays.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they decorate. They get
Oh yeah,
my
they put my shit to shame. They're
Oh,
fabulous.
honestly,
They
like,
are.
I hate to be stereotypical,
Yeah,
but if
it is
you wanna
stereotypical, but
see
yeah.
a really, really great holiday decoration for a house, for a neighbor, like find gay people because they do it right.
They do. They
I'm a
really
hot
do.
mess. Usually Christmas Eve morning is when I'm putting up my tree.
Yeah.
I keep out my nativity scene all year round because I'm like, I want to schlep that thing up and down the stairs.
Mine's already up, my tree and stuff. I'm like, it's fucking the beginning of mid-November, but by
Honestly,
the end of
forget
November,
it.
you're like,
Every year I
that's
want
not
to
true.
be
I'm still
Christmassy, but
excited.
yeah, I watch the
Yeah.
Christmas movies. That's what I do.
Well, my initial thoughts, like I said, yeah, they did 40 just this year.
Yeah.
Hallmark Christmas movies. And movies aren't cheap, but they do them for like $2 million a piece.
Mm.
And which that's still 40 of them. That's still $80 million. They must make a
Yeah.
mint.
Oh my God, they make so much money. It's disgusting.
And I was thinking about it, if you're like anything on a movie set, you had any job on a movie set, if you get in with Hallmark, you've got work all year round.
There are some actors who I don't want to say they exclusively do Hallmark Christmas movies, but they're in every year. Every year that there are new ones, those same
Yeah.
actors keep popping
Even like
up.
background actors and stuff, like
Oh,
extras
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Got like
And
80 fucking movies to choose from.
it's really
Or
funny to
be
me
in.
because there's certain actors, like there's one actor who I think he accidentally started doing Hallmark movies. Tyler Hines, super hot. He was also in Letterkenny. Yeah, Letterkenny.
Letterkenny.
And then he did he used to do a lot of like really kind of edgy stuff. Then he did a Hallmark movie and shit was on fire. It was a great Hallmark movie and I enjoyed it immensely. But he started doing them and every year he's got a new one, at least one new one, sometimes two. Tomorrow I'm going to be watching his newest one from this year. But he did one, I think it was last year, with two other actors, Andrew Walker and oh God, Paul. I forget his name. God damn it! But he's fucking hilarious.
But it probably pays his mortgage for the year.
Oh,
And
100%.
like, you know what I mean? And so he
And it's
just does it
guaranteed
and it's
work.
done. Yeah.
It's guaranteed work.
I'd
He
do
goes.
it. Hear that,
He goes
Hallmark?
to Christmas Con that Hallmark puts on.
Oh, of course they have a Christmas con.
They've got a con, my friend. They've got a con.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine
yeah,
the
no,
happy
it's
unicorn loving fucking people that show up at that thing.
dude. But there's a whole
A lot of
community
cat
and it's
people.
guaranteed money.
Yes.
Guaranteed
Yeah.
money. And now Hallmark is kind of loosening the goody two shoes. So they're having more fun with it. And now it's not everybody just automatically like falls in love and it's not all, big city, small town. Like it's getting a little more interesting and it's getting a little more diverse. And I'm like, I can't wait to see what Hallmark does now. They're throwing in Hanukkah. I love it.
Well, that's my initial thoughts. This was the beginning of the end. So let's go through this.
Yeah,
Now,
let's do this.
I obviously, from our two initial thoughts, saw this movie a lot differently than you did. As I'm describing it, feel free to add your 2 cents in, because I'm pretty sure my descriptions or my comments will be vastly different than your comments.
I'm ready. Let's battle this out.
Let's go through the movie. Georgia Bird is a shy, unassuming salesperson in the cookware department at Cragen's department store in New Orleans and a Baptist choir singer who longs to cook professionally. She privately records her dreams of a better life in a scrapbook labeled Possibilities, which would be Exhibit A when she murders someone. Enjoys replicating TV chef Emerald Lagasse?
Emerald Lagasse.
Gourmet recipes, serving her creations to a neighbor while denying herself the pleasure of eating them. Yeah, that was a shame. That shit looked good.
It did look really good. It looked amazing. And I was like, why would you not eat that?
And so far, I'm fine. Sets up our main character nicely. Yep. The pastor preacher, he was kind of right. He's a bit of a dick, though. Her boss, played by Matt Ross from HBO's Big Love and Silicon Valley. He's done a ton of other things. He always plays the douche.
Yeah.
And he plays it great.
So great.
LL Cool J, like you said, looks fine.
Real fine.
I was looking for pictures of him and I forgot how fucking toned and muscular that guy was when he was a rapper. Holy shit. No wonder he was going to say he was knocking everybody out.
There was an album that he did where literally his abs.
Yeah, I think that's the one I found. I'm like damn.
He had like a 10-pack. It wasn't just like an 8-pack. It was like a 10-pack.
His upper torso was a muscle.
Oh, so nice.
Show off. Her best friend, which was that part was funny, like when she slaps George's ass, is played by Jane Addams, who's good in everything she's in. She didn't have a lot in this movie, but and again, it's like it's fine. I'm not happy. I am sulking a bit, but the movie's fine.
It was a really great setup.
Yes. Yeah.
It established all the characters. It told you everybody you needed to know, and you're ready to go into the story.
Yes.
Can't get mad at that.
No. During the Christmas season, while flirting with the handsome co-worker Sean Williams, whom she has secretly featured in her scrapbook as her dream husband. Okay. Georgia bumps her head. Was it just me? Was that like weird? Like the kind of pictures of Sean's head and hers on the married couple?
It is super weird, but that's because we're used to today where you Photoshop that shit. But back in the day, you couldn't Photoshop. It was not an everyday thing. You didn't have a laptop at home. So you cut out the faces on people's pictures. Is it slightly weird? Yes. But does it establish that she really wants to marry Sean? Yes.
Yeah, but someone finds that in my home, I get a restraining order. Queen Latifah does it, and it's adorable.
That's because you're not as pretty as Queen Latifah, okay?
The double standard is
right, your congressman.
And then she's taken to the store's health center for a CT scan. That was a bump on the head.
She's unconscious. And cabinets are
But even when she came up and you could see where she hit it, the sound effects and everything, it really made it look like that fucking hurt. And like I said, she's knocked out. And I love how the store manager, Matt Ross character, is like, it just looks like a bump as she's like dangling there unconscious.
Fully unconscious. LL Cool J's carrying her in a fireman's carry.
Yeah.
But he's just like, no, it's just a bump. It's just
the doctor's like, we'll give her a CAT scan. And he's like, that sounds expensive. She is told by the company physician that she has several brain tumors resulting from a rare terminal neurological disorder called Lampenting's disease. Now, here's my first real, and I believe legitimate complaint about the movie. I guess it was a department store that has a hospital in it with a CT scanner.
Probably more like a clinic.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have a CAT scan, a CT scanner before.
But that's what he said. They just got it. They got one used. But when they go to the other doctor to show the pictures, not one doctor said, hey, they did the scan at a shopping mall or department store. Let's give her a whirl in our state of the art just to double check.
Well, that's because a CAT scan machine is universal. Like, you're not thinking they got it at a discount.
No.
Nobody's sitting there
Well,
going like, "Did you get it at Costco?" Like, nobody's having that conversation. They're just like, "Oh, you got the scan. These are the scans." It happens all
yeah.
the time. When you get sent to a specialist, they just look at your initial scans. They don't necessarily, like, do a separate scan, even if they're like, the X-ray techs at that one aren't that greatest."
Yeah. As her HMO plan does not cover the high cost of an operation, Georgia resigns herself to having only a few weeks to live. What did she say? It was like
Yeah,
$350,000. Yeah.
to pay for the surgery herself.
Yeah. One, that's ridiculous. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Two, this sets up another plot hole, but I'll get to that in a minute. She quits her job, liquidates her assets, and sets off on a dream vacation at the deluxe Grand Hotel Poop in the Czech Republic's spa city of Karlovy Vary. I thought she went to France, so this is news to me.
Really? Because the whole I'm flying all the way to Prague?
Oh, I might
That
have
whole
just
scene? Just no?
missed that.
Yeah.
Missed that staring at the ceiling. And my only basis on that was I'm pretty sure Gerard Depardieu. I just assumed they were in France.
You're like, there's a Frenchman, therefore it must be France.
They're in Paris. Of course. Yes. Like, who the fuck gets all that money and says, I want to spend my last days in the Czech Republic? No one in the history world has said that. They say, I want to go to London or Paris. Or
If the
Rome.
Grand Hotel Poop was a real place, I'd want to go there. Are you kidding me?
It is. It's not called the Grand Hotel Poop, but that is actually, they filmed it in a real hotel.
Yes, but I'm saying if there was a world-class chef.
Oh, and it was called
who was
Grand,
world
the Grand Poop?
renowned, and they had the level of like it's one of those like magical hotels that people want to go to. So I'm trying to think of another hotel that I'm like, yeah, I've always wanted to stay there. It would probably be like the Savoy in London. It's like that level of like, if I could afford it, fuck yeah, I'd stay at the Savoy. I can't. I probably never will be able to. Maybe for a night if I save up for like a couple of years.
I bet you Paris and London was all at the beginning in the script. And then the accountants were like, no, it's too expensive.
Well, no, it was
they got whittled down to Czech Republic.
Not even gonna lie. It was probably one of those. No, everybody's gonna know about hotels in Paris and London. Like, we can't just make up a hotel. And then they were like, we're gonna want to film there. So let's pick a place in some random country.
Yeah. And to all the Czech Republicans listening, I don't mean to shit on your shitty country. But you're a lower tier European country. You're not an A-lister. Come on.
Well,
Czech Republic.
You're a dick. I hope you get coal in your stocking.
Free of inhibitions and determined to enjoy the final weeks of her life, Georgia checks into the presidential suite and buys designer wardrobe in expensive boutiques. See, I got teeth problems because how sweet this fucking movie was. I can't talk properly. 4K a night. That room did not look 4K a night.
Well,
I mean, it was a nice room.
We only saw the bed portion of it.
Oh yeah, I guess it could have been bigger if they. Yeah, we really did only see the bed.
We'll have a sitting area, and then there's usually a palatial bathroom. Because even in the hotels that I've been in, where it's like $800 a night, the bathroom is sometimes the size of my bedroom, and it has this incredible tub and all kinds of marble. So I'm like, the rest of that suite must have been pretty fucking impressive.
I don't know why they didn't show it. Like, it had a budget of $45 million. Where did all the money go? Did Gerard Depardieu eat it?
Probably.
Yeah, I could have went through. No, she was just starting out. And
Queen Latifah was a name. Same thing with LL Cool J.
Yeah.
And then you had Timothy Hutton, who still had a name at that point.
Poor Timothy Hutton. Yeah, and I'm guessing she spent a fortune on those clothes.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I like the women in the store when George was like, make me look international. And they're like, we will try. Come to think of it, it was very distinct Eastern European accents from everybody.
Well, yes.
No, I think of it.
How far in the movie did you get when you realized it wasn't France?
Now, when I just read it. But like, look, that's what I just said. This is news to me. But now that I'm thinking about it, everyone had an Eastern European accent except Gerard
and when they're
Depardieu.
all sitting in the kitchen and like chatting
Yeah.
in Slavic languages, you're not picking up on that?
No, I like, oh, that's some rough French. Yeah, Gerard Depardieu was the only one with a French accent. Yeah, no, right up until I read that, I thought I try not to read as little as possible. As long as it looks bulky, I paste it and then we read through it.
It's fucking amazing.
She then also makes extensive use of the hotel spa facilities, attempts snowboarding and base jumping, enjoys succulent meals prepared by world-renowned chef
DDA,
and wins a small fortune playing roulette in the casino. And this is where I got some of the reviews of the movie, like bestowing the lessons or ramming the lessons down your throat. I did like the part with the spa lady where she was beating her with those tree branches. And she's like, ow, and then she starts beating her back. That was all right.
I like the spa. All of the spa scenes I enjoyed.
Georgia impresses the hotel staff with the exception of the cantankerous guest services manager, Mrs. Gunther. With her naive manner and forthright kindness, she also mingles with some of the other guests, including Matthew Cragen, an arrogant self-help guru and the owner of the department store where she worked. Cragen's assistant, Miss Burns, and Louisiana power broker Senator Dillings and Congressman Stewart.
Mhm.
I liked all these actors.
They're all incredible.
Yeah, not necessarily in this movie, but in others.
They did well with what they had.
Yeah, Timothy Hutton, awesome. Alicia Witt, who we just a few movies ago, Urban Legend. Friggin', I can't. Giancarlo Esposito.
Yep.
As the senator, Breaking Bad and The Mandalorian. So awesome. And the guy who played Congressman Stewart, he's been in a few things too.
Oh, he's been in so many things.
Yeah.
I love him.
Cragen is wary of Georgia and suspects her of trying to sabotage his business, but the rest are charmed by her free spirit. I don't know if I'd say free spirit, a little judgmental and preachy, maybe.
Well, she's mildly preachy, but that's also because she's not. Here's the thing. If you're not censoring yourself, you're gonna come off as judgmental and preachy to other people.
If I wasn't censoring myself, I wouldn't be that nice.
Well, you apparently are not as nice as Georgia. Georgia's a nice person.
Definitely
You're not.
Definitely not.
I'm not naturally a nice person. I had to train niceness into me. So if I found out I had 3 weeks to live, I would be way more judgmental than Georgia ever was. I'd be telling everybody exactly what they need to know, not what they want to know, what they need to know. And I would not be nice about it. But I mean, I think that's why I was like, yeah, no, if I only had 3 weeks to live, I'd be telling everybody what I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. When Cragen bribes Miss Gunther to dig up information about Georgia's background, she goes through her hotel suite. She finds a letter Georgia has written providing instructions for the disposal of her remains after her death. Moved by the letter and realizing Georgia's self-confidence and sunny optimism have touched everyone who has met her since her arrival, Miss Gunther confesses to Georgia she snooped through her belongings and found the letter. She urges her to return home and spend her last days with the one she loves. I did like that scene.
Yeah.
Georgia and Gunther.
Gunther?
It was
Georgia and Gunther are magic together.
When she admits that she goes through it, all.
Yeah, I go through everyone's. I was like, yes.
And then she's like, yeah, I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch.
She's just like,
No, she was
very
that was
honest.
Good. Taking Miss Gunther's advice, Georgia heads for the airport, but discovers an avalanche has blocked the road. Unbeknownst to her, Sean, having learned of Georgia's diagnosis and ready to acknowledge his long-standing feelings for her, has flown to Europe and is in a taxi on the other side of the snowdrift, blocked from reaching her at the hotel. This is also where Dr. Gupta finds out he has the same tumors as Georgia does and realized that the UCT scanner they bought was defective.
Correct. Dr. Gupta, can we just give him like his accolades? Because he's one of my favorite characters in this movie.
Yeah,
he's so small and so nervous all the time.
when
You're just like,
LL
"Oh,
Cool
sir."
J picks him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd think there was a test they could do before putting people under this fucking thing. And this was, I think, in the movie, I don't know the original movie. This movie, it was a cop out, and I'll explain it at the end. Georgia returns to the hotel, and Sean leaves his taxi to hike across the snow on foot. So, as much as I like LL Cool J, having him walk over the Alps in the dead of winter was preposterous. We should never have seen him again. Like at the end of the movie, people should have gone, "The fuck happened to LL Cool J?"
Are the Alps in the Czech Republic?
It was a mountain and it was cold and snow, and he climbed
Mountain,
them.
snowy, cold, sure. I don't think it was the Alps.
Might not have been the Alps.
No, but it's a show of dedication and love for Georgia that he's climbing a mountain for her.
Yeah. No, he should have died.
Beautiful.
But lest we forget, LL Cool J has a no-kill clause in all his movie contracts.
Correct.
Yeah.
He will live always and forever.
Yeah. Chef Didier invites her to assist him to the hotel's kitchen that night, prepare an extravagant New Year's Eve feast, and thanks her publicly at the party. This is so Hallmark.
It is, and the cooking scene makes me so angry.
Because it was stupid?
Because of the way she cuts everything. I'm like, Jesus Murphy, what are you doing? If you're a semi-decent home cook, there is no way in hell you cut anything like that. It made me so angry.
Yay, Anna hates a movie like me.
No, some of the cooking parts, some of it I was like, yes. A lot of the food, the final product, I was like, yes. But some of it, I'm like, oh, girl, when she was cutting that lemon, I'm like, you're going to have to cut that again because you're not cutting all the way through. And everything's uneven.
This reminded me of what are those smutty books that you girls like to buy? Not smutty. Harlequin romance.
Harlequin?
Yeah, not smutty. That's not accurate. Softcore porn reads.
Dude, have you read one lately?
I've never read one. My wife, on the other hand,
some of them.
She's like, I don't read it for the sex stuff. I like to just read it because I like the romance.
Okay.
You're a liar.
I'll read the first book in a series, a smutty series, and I'll read through the sex scenes. But some writers just keep repeating the same sex scene. So I'm like, I already know how you're going to have sex. And I already know what's going to happen and what body parts you're going to use. So I'm just going to skip past that. Although sometimes they get really creative. And I'm like, oh my, that's yeah.
So you have a giant stack of Harlequin books?
No. I do all of those digital reads because I'm like, I'm not going to buy and keep those. Those are my, I don't have anything to read
on
right
Kindle?
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder books, I read physical books because I keep those and I reread those. But I Kindle all of my smut books because I'm like, smut.
All right. So by this time in the movie, I was hoping I had a brain tumor and it would take me right then and now. But I didn't.
See, at this point in the movie, I was like, it's almost done. I feel all warm and fuzzy.
I'm like, this is the longest fucking 2 hours I have ever sat in front of a TV. Later, seated at a dinner and incensed by the accolades and affections Georgia has received, Cragen tries to humiliate her to his companions by exposing her as a saleswoman in one of his stores. But Georgia confirms this and reveals her terminal illness. Wow, didn't he look like a dick?
Well, he's looked like a dick through the entire movie. So I was
this was super looking like a dick.
Well, yeah. I mean, he basically stands up and he's like, "You're a fraud." And she's like, "I never said I wasn't anything but me."
No, and I have insert terminal illness here, and
I'm going to
looks
die
like an idiot. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I just want to blow all my money.
And it was Gunther that told him she was like a saint and wonderful, and gave his money back, and told him that Georgia actually worked for him. Cragen's companions, disgusted by his insensitivity, embrace her and abandon him. Yes, two politicians walked away from truckloads of money, embraced this poor woman who was about to die.
Don't forget about his mistress, who's going to go back to business school, get her degree, and help his wife get half of everything.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, girl, woman power. Support the sisters.
Dejected and embarrassed, Cragen goes to the upper floor of the hotel and sits on the ledge, contemplating suicide.
Contemplating?
I'm not sure. Yes, contemplating. Contemplating. I've said this before. I really should read this over.
But then you'll never be surprised by the fact that this takes place in the Czech Republic and not France.
It's not France.
Because you never picked up on it through the entire...
Nope. Gerard Depardieu lied to me. French bastard. Contemplating suicide. I don't think he was contemplating suicide. I think he was just sitting there drinking, wasn't he? Or did he look like he was going to jump?
I don't think he was like, I'm going to go kill myself.
No,
I think he was like, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's see how I feel after this bottle of booze.
Georgia tries to dissuade this, suggesting if he were nicer and less driven by greed, he would be a happier person. By now, I'm screaming at the TV, for the love of God, will you just die already? All right, we know it was a misdiagnosis. So I should have said, dear Lord, I don't ask for much, but will you please let Queen Latifah slip off the edge of this building and fall to her death, please?
Nope.
She did not. And what was just tossing the bottle to the ground with people standing there?
Yeah, and then as it's falling, she's like, heads up.
Heads up. I know you're going to die.
Don't throw a bottle from the top of a building.
Yeah, you don't have to take innocent bystanders with you.
Yeah.
Very inconsiderate, terminally ill woman. Sean arrives at the hotel just in time and joins Georgia on the ledge, confessing his affection for her and admitting he'd seen her scrapbook. Yeah, Sean didn't even care that this creepy chick had a scrapbook of his head cut out, pasted pictures.
He probably has his own scrapbook with cutouts of her face. Because remember, the romance between the two of them and the subtle like flirting and the furtive looks, super cute. It was fucking adorable.
I'm just going to say it's a good thing Sean didn't find her dream journal. I could only imagine what sick and twisted pictures his face was pasted on.
I mean, there were probably quite a few drawings and stuff.
In the lobby, Miss Gunther finds a fact for Georgia stating she was misdiagnosed due to faulty CT scanner and does not have Lampington's disease. Miss Gunther rushes up the ledge to announce the good news. Good news for who?
For everybody but you.
Yeah, good news for chicks. That's who. Oh. Georgia and Sean return to New Orleans as a couple where they open a restaurant, Georgia's Joint, which is visited by Chef Didier. Did I say it right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still want to say Diddler. That's what it looks like on the screen. And I'm not even going to say the guy, Emerald
Lagasse.
Yeah. And that is Last Holiday.
You're so angry.
All right, we'll start with you. What's your score?
Yeah. Okay. Rent it. I think it's a rental. I don't think it's for everybody, as you've pointed out. But if you like schmaltzy, sweet, the good in everybody kind of movies, this is perfect for you. I mean, I do have personal beef with Emerald Lagasse, so him being in this movie already gets on my nerves. But other than that, like, it's a really, really sweet kind of holiday movie. It gets you in the groove, but it also airs on TV all the time. It usually shows up for free on streaming services around the holidays. So, I mean, there's really no reason that you would have to rent it, but it is worth the rental fee. And that's all I have to say about Last Holiday, because it's wonderful and everybody's wonderful in it. And it is very sweet and it is very saccharine and it is also very family friendly.
All right, ranked it. My score. Okay, I bitched a lot about this movie. But in fairness to the movie, I knew going in that this was like a chick flick on steroids. I knew what I was going to watch. Even if it was against my will. No. So I was not surprised by Wang Wang's movie. Wang Wang made the exact movie I thought Wang Wang was going to make.
Wayne Wang.
Damn you, Wang Wang.
Stop doing that. Wayne
Can you tell I'm just
Wang.
looking for reasons to say Wang Wang? Oh, this might be the sappiest Christmas movie I have ever watched, which again is not really fair because I haven't seen a lot of them. I didn't see The Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. I haven't seen any Hallmark Christmas movies that I'm aware of. I didn't see The Holiday. So there could be sappier movies out there. Queen Latifah was actually good in this movie. Like you could tell she can act.
She can.
The script wasn't great, but you could tell she can act. Had they had Georgia actually die at the end of this and showed her funeral, I would have loved it.
You're such a dick.
No, but they could have done that and shown all the characters doing these things after being inspired by her, the senator, the congressman, Mr. Cragen, the mistress, even like the ballet, Gunther. They would have gone from a Christmas favorite for girls or anybody that likes sappy movies to a Christmas classic had she died.
It is a Christmas classic, though, and here's where I'm going to fight you on this. Because the whole point of the movie is live your life out loud. Like, don't make yourself smaller. Don't do what follow your dreams. Do what you want to do. And the whole point is that Georgia gets a chance. She gets a taste of it when she thinks she's about to die, where she's like, I don't have to be like anybody else. And then when she figures out she's not going to die, she's like, well, fuck that shit. I'm just going to live my life and do everything I've ever wanted to do and not waste any more time. That was the takeaway from the movie. That and LL Cool J is fine.
I say killer. But this movie, while serviceable, was just a little too sweet. Like it bordered on the line of preposterous, and sometimes it crossed that line. Sure, this movie was a hug, a long 2-hour hug, like from some aunt you haven't seen in 10 years that you don't even particularly like. And she smells like cigarettes and Trident Winterfresh gum.
That's super specific.
I got
a little concerned.
Now my score. If you remember liking it, you probably will still love it. It will still be just as cheesy and so sweet as you remember. You'll probably buy it. If you remember not liking it, time had not done this movie any favors. If, like me, you've never seen it, there is a reason for that. Skip it. But if you are forced by your partner, because we're progressive here, at the I Remember Liking That podcast, you'll get through it. But like my esteemed co-host once said, you might roll your eyes so hard you'll give yourself a headache.
Valid. I think this movie could be super awesome if it had better dialogue. No, she gets to live out her dreams with super fine LL Cool J. Them's the rules.
No, the script did not do this movie any favors at all. You had the right actors and everything, and like you said, you liked it. I am obviously not this movie's demographic. I'm not.
You don't like sweet and happy movies.
I do. If
that
they're
inspire
cartoon
the best
farm
in humanity.
If they're like Muppets or they're cartoons, not live people.
Not live people. Fuck them. No, this movie is a hug, and it is very, very schmaltzy, and it is very feel good. Like for most people, it's very feel good. Like you come.
Oh yeah, if you like Hallmark movies, I can just imagine. Yeah, you'll.
Oh, if you like Hallmark movies, this is like the grand dame of them. Like you're in it. This could have been a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
They probably started as one.
You could have made 45 million. I could have made 20 Hallmark movies for that.
Probably, yeah.
Which still kills me
Actually-
because I've seen a couple previews for Hallmark when doing this and
Yeah.
setting some stuff up. They look like movies.
Yeah.
Like they look like movies.
Yeah. No,
Not
they're
particularly great movies, but they look like a
No.
movie. So
The
they must
production
have this down
quality.
to a science.
They do. And a lot of them film over the summer. So they literally wrap 2 or 3 months before they air. So it's a quick turnaround. These scripts are being pumped out. Like Hallmark we should totally do a Hallmark movie just for shits and giggles. I want to see you watch a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, maybe that one where you're talking about the contest.
Yeah, the contest, or even the one with the 3 guys. It's like 3 Men and a Baby, but with Christmas.
Would they find a deer? Or a
No,
reindeer or
they
an
end
elf?
up having to take care of a child together, the 3 guys, 3 brothers. And they're all very different brothers, but it's hilarious. It is actually funny. I actually laughed, which is, I don't usually laugh at Hallmark movies, but they've been getting very creative. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, Last Holiday is very much a Hallmark movie, but with a much higher budget and
Yeah.
more recognizable actors.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if you're not a Hallmark fan, don't watch this movie. It's going to make you cry. And you're going to want to kill someone because you're like, oh my God, it's still going?
Yeah, it's
But
a long Hallmark movie.
yeah, if you like Hallmark movies, this is like the ultimate one. And Queen Latifah is awesome. I love her.
The granddaddy of Hallmark movies. The inspiration.
This is the
This-
OG.
We need AI to become aware and send a robot Terminator back to 2006 and do what I said. Kill
No.
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah must live. She must live to realize she doesn't have to have a terminal illness in order to live her life on her own terms.
I don't know how
It's
mad Queen Latifah would be.
inspirational.
Why are you trying to kill me? You make a crappy Christmas movie.
Queen Latifah lives forever.
All right. Well, so that is our score. We have a rent it and a skip it with a bunch of asterisks in there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very, very particular genre. Like it's a
Yeah.
very niche kind of. This is not a movie for everybody, and we understand that.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Everybody should watch Last Holiday, if for nothing else than to see who you agree with.
Don't do it.
Do it. Do it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us and watching. And until the next movie we remember liking.
Also send suggestions for Hallmark movies for Jimmy to watch.
Yeah.
Tell him which
Yeah.
ones he should watch.
Make sure on the email you put Hallmark movie so I can just send it to John.
Yes.
Congratulations. You just had one of your childhood movie memories vindicated. Or they just eviscerated it. I don't know. This is a generic one-size-fits-all type of ending to the podcast. So thank you for listening, and please join Anna and Jimmy next time for another episode of the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. If you dare to go back and watch that movie you remember liking,